Hey guys, it's Yvette coming to you with another video. Earlier this week, I uploaded a video with my hair conditioner, my yogurt dip conditioner, and I promised that when I'm making the next yogurt that I will film it and show you. So that's what I'm about to do now. So I'm just gonna show you the starter yogurt that I use. So it's Greek yogurt, and in this container I already have yogurt that I had made from previously. But if you're just starting and you need yogurt, then it will be best to buy yogurt that is unsweetened and that does not have things like fruit or different particles in it. So this is just plain Greek yogurt. So that's what you need as your starter yogurt. So I have this one from my previously made yogurt. So if you're interested in seeing how I make yogurt that I eat some of it and use some of it to deep condition my hair, please keep on watching. All right guys, as you can see, I have an empty pot on my stove and my stove is turned on, and I have a gallon of milk. So you can decide what percentage of yogurt you want to have based on the percentage of yogurt that you have, the percentage of fat in the yogurt. So mine is 2%, and I'm going to pour up to half of this into my empty pot. So I poured as much as I could that can fit into my pot. So I left just a little bit. So if I had a bigger pot, I'll use the whole gallon. So then I also have a wooden spoon. You can use any spoon, but I prefer to use a wooden spoon. So I'm gonna let this heat up until it starts to boil. When it's just about to start boiling, that's when I'm gonna stop. So I'm just gonna make sure that I keep turning it with my spoon, because I don't want it to form a skin, because if you leave it, it's either gonna burn at the bottom or it's gonna form skin at the top. That's why it's very important to stir it. You don't have to stir it the whole time, but just once in every few minutes, just stir it a little bit and then leave it to warm up. So guys, as you can see, my milk is beginning to boil. If you look carefully, you can see how it's foaming already. So I just turned the stove off and I'm going to pour this into a bowl. So I have a bowl right here with me, and I'm just gonna pour this milk, this hot milk, into a bowl. Be careful, this is really hot and it's not very, you have to be careful when you're handling it. So I already have my milk into this bowl, and I can let it sit. So the other option is let it sit here and cool down, but it's gonna take several hours and I don't have several hours to be doing this. So I'm going to put it in a sink of cold water. I already have water in my sink, and I'm just gonna let this sit in my sink for a few or until it cools. To be able to know when it's ready to add your starter yogurt, you have to be able to dip your finger into this and count for 10 seconds. So it's so hot right now, do not attempt to dip your finger in here because it's gonna burn. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in a sink of cold water. So it is in a sink of cold water. I'm just gonna let that sit in there for a while, and then I'll just come and test. I'll wait until I feel that it's cool enough for me to dip my finger in it before I can try the test. All right, okay, I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay guys, my milk has cooled down to a level where I can dip a finger in there and count to 10 seconds. So I have a cup of yogurt. So this yogurt is yogurt that I made earlier, but if you don't have a starter yogurt at home, this is just Greek, plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. So if you mix it directly in here, it's not gonna mix properly. So I want to pre-mix it in a bowl like this one. Just put a little bit of milk at a time. Let that sit here and just mix it. I'm just gonna add more milk. So you can see I've mixed this into a smooth consistency. So I'm just gonna pour it in here in the rest of our milk and just mix it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a foil paper to cover it. So it's all nicely sealed. And I'm gonna keep this in a warm, dry place for a couple of hours. I like to leave it for about 8 hours, but I think within 4 hours, this will turn into yogurt. You couldn't believe it. But if you want it to be a little bit sour, like real yogurt, I like to keep it for a little bit longer than 4 hours. So I usually leave it in my oven because my oven is warm, but otherwise you can just leave it somewhere that it's warm. And other times if I'm in a place where it's really cold, I'll wrap some blankets around it and leave it on the countertop, or keep it somewhere in one of the cupboards for a couple of hours. So I like to do it in the evening and leave it overnight, and then it will turn into yogurt overnight. So I'm gonna let this settle and form yogurt, and I'll come back and show you the final result. Okay guys, it's next day. I let it sit overnight in my oven, and I'm just taking it out this morning. So I'm gonna open it up with you. And yeah, we have yogurt. Let me leave this camera up so you can see. Look at that. We have yogurt. We have yogurt. Look at that. I should get a spoon and scoop it so you can see exactly what it looks like. So look at that. See. So this is already good. You can eat it now. If you like just regular stirred yogurt, you can add your sweetener to eat, or you can use or you can turn it into Greek yogurt. So that's what I like to do. So I have my bowl here, which is my receiver, and I have a colander, and in my hands I just have a cheesecloth. Sometimes if you don't have a cheesecloth, you can get away with paper towel. So I'll just line it in there, and I will pour a yogurt into it. Ooh. I'm gonna pour 3/4 and leave 1/4 for my husband. Then, and I'm gonna just cover that. And I'm going to let this sit. I'll let this sit in my fridge so that it doesn't, the fermentation process does not continue. But if you like your yogurt to be a little bit more sour, you can leave it out for a little bit more longer. So I'm going to let this drain. So when you drain water out of this, it becomes Greek yogurt. That's how simple it is. And once it drains, I will come back and show you the final result. So I'll be with you shortly. This should take roughly like 2 to 3 hours, but you let it drain for as long as you want. So the thicker you want your yogurt to be, the longer you let it, but you have to check, because within 2 to 3 hours it should drain to a consistency that is Greek yogurt consistency. So I'll come back and show you. It's been about 3 hours guys, and my yogurt is ready now, and I just want to show you what it looks like. I'm gonna open it. Look at that. So it's all drained. Most of the water is drained, and I'll just take it out and let you see. Look at that. Just put it into a small bowl. So there you go guys. That's your Greek yogurt. And I want to show you what to do. There's still that whey. The water that drained from the yogurt is called whey, and you don't have to throw it away. Let me show you. Look at that. I drained some of it a little bit earlier, so I'm just gonna put it in here. This is really rich. It has protein, and it has bacteria that is good bacteria that is good for our gut. So don't throw this away. And also, if you think this is too thick, like if you drain yours and think that it's too thick, you can also just put a little bit of this back into it and stir, and get it back to the consistency that is best for you. So now all that's left to do is to sweeten it. I like sweetening mine sometimes with honey, or I can sweeten it with jam, and just put some dry fruits or some fresh fruits. I have this morning granola that I bought from Walmart. I like to use this to just sprinkle it on top, and after sweetening it though, because this is not gonna make it sweet. So I'm gonna let you see what it looks like. So it's just like that, and I like to just have it on there. And there you go, guys. And I made a video earlier how I mix oils into this yogurt to deep condition my hair. It's really good to treat damaged hair. It's really good to define curls on type 4C hair, and it promotes healthy hair and healthy hair growth. So I'm going to link that video again on this video for you to watch. If you did not watch that previous video, I'm going to link it, how I use this yogurt that I made to deep condition my hair. And this one is so ready to be eaten. It is so yummy. It's so tasty. I haven't sweetened this one, and if you're trying to stay away from sugar, it tastes good even without sweetening it, but you can sweeten it with whatever sweetener that you like. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and share it, and leave me comments below and let me know. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.